autonomy they may be able to secure. Sources on the ground, in fact, are telling us that there are dozens and dozens, and again, dozens of men and women in uniform in that area. We've got a crew on the scene, as you see there, and as we get pictures, we'll pass them along.
Black lives have always mattered. We have always been important. We have always meant something. We have always succeeded, regardless. And now is the time. I ain't waiting.
There are times when you should just be quiet, and I wish that he would just be quiet. Or if he can't be silent, if there's somebody of good sense and good conscience in the White House, put him in front of a teleprompter and pray that he reads it and at least says the right things, because he is making it worse.
First of all, it couldn't be your fault. When this life of mine would fall, it will always be my call. Trying to throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed of me? I thought, what age are we? It's warm outside, and we all want shine. Bet you nobody in the city could stay in the crib this time. Whoa, got pics on the way like a vacay. Shoot photo with the AK. Got friends by my side, trying to have a great day. Then I wonder why they throw shades. Yeah, but it's all on me. Let them roam free like a European. Yeah, see me pick up the phone like I'm trying to haul a home, starting to act like E.T. Yeah, rock them shades, now they can't see me. Trying to run away, but I'm not speedy. Need no fake, I just want what's real, and I ride that way till I'm free. Yeah. Throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. No rage. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed of me? I thought, what age are we? What age? Trying to throw this shade on me, like they all hate on me. Don't bring that rage on me. Why they throwing shade on me, like they ashamed of me? I thought, what age are we?
We deal with a lot of racism on a daily basis, a lot of injustice, okay? We lose our lives in these streets, but the population right now, it's about 47 million black people, I believe, in the United States. There's about 110, and that might be modest, 110 million from the white race. Now that might sound, what does that mean? What does that mean? That means that the more we kill each other, the more that we allow these policemen to take our lives. Why is this happening? What's wrong with them? They're savages? Now, everybody understands abused women. Most people understand, unless you're an abuser. Most people understand that. So, when you have an abused woman, it's a lot like our situation, where you have this powerful force over you that keeps beating you down and beating you down and telling you you're worthless, and they don't want to help you. They want to harm you. The minute you want to protect yourself and stand up, they beat you down again, okay? What happens? Either that woman is going to stand there and let that man kill her, or she's going to get up and fight, okay? They started battered women syndrome for that purpose, because women get tired and they will turn around and murder their abuser. So there's no difference psychologically to what we are going through. It's just coming at the hands of the people that we pay, the public servants that we pay salaries to, that are now abusing us. The injustice in the world is what created this rage in us. The injustice in the world is what's causing people to riot. And I'm gonna tell you something else as if you don't know. The mighty dollar is powerful. The mighty dollar is what runs this world, okay? So the minute you start hitting people in the pockets, they wanna listen to you. The even bigger problem is we have people that are supposed to be protecting us, protecting our children, taking our lives for no damn reason. You have traumatized our communities with your fucking abuse. We are tired of it. We are sick of it. Fix this shit now. Look at your country burning. Is this what you wanted? Because this is where the fuck we're at. We're tired.
I want to let that be clear. We have a different experience than any other ethnicity in this country.
And we cannot have unity until Black Lives Matter. We cannot have unity until Black Lives Matter. Understand this, please. Understand this, please. My name is Indacia Thornton. The last name Thornton has Scottish heritage. Last time I checked, I'm not from Scotland. I am a black man with an oppressor's last name. When you talk about the police that are put in position to protect and serve, and they had the free will and audacity to take our lives, not motivated in life, because I feel like there's no motherfucking chance here. I'm not here to appease nobody. I'm not here to make nobody feel comfortable. Can I have unity until Black Lives Matter? And it's gonna take commitment. One day of protesting is not gonna get it done. One day of protesting is not gonna get it done. All across this country, United States of America, people are coming together. Understand that. They're coming together. Why? Because it's tired of this shit.
First of all, it couldn't be your fault. When this life of mine will fall, it will always be my call. Yeah, and the worst of all, when this life of mine will fall, you'll try to right my wrongs when we both know it's too hard. Yeah.
People getting rubber bullets in their heads, people getting tased, pulled out their cars. Come on. And how they depicting us though? How they depicting us? They're depicting us as if we're the ones doing it. And 9 times out of 10, we're the ones that being peaceful out here. We're the ones trying to create the peace. Not in the news. Don't let the way the news is telling it, we don't want to cause it to happen. We're the ones causing all the destruction.
But we're not.
Come on, man. Because that goes to systemic racism. That goes to the narrative that they want to preach. That's what they've been doing to us for years, man. But we cannot allow that shit no more.
Amy Cooper was, for many people, I think, the catalyst. I think Amy Cooper was one of the first moments that one of the first dominoes that we saw get knocked down post-corona for many people. And that was a world where you quickly realize that while everyone is facing the battle against coronavirus, Black people in America are still facing the battle against racism and coronavirus. We've all seen the video now. Blatantly knew how to use the power of her whiteness to threaten the life of another man and his blackness. What we saw with her was a really, really powerful, explicit example of an understanding of racism in a structural way. When she looked at that man, when she looked at Cooper and she said to him, I'm going to call 911 and I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life. She knew how powerful that was. So many people act like they don't know what Black Americans are talking about when they say it, and yet Amy Cooper had a distinct understanding. She was like, oh, I know that you're afraid of interacting with the police because there is a presumption of your guilt because of your blackness. I know that as a white woman, I can weaponize this tool against you, and I know that by the time we've sifted through who was right or wrong, there's a good chance that you will have lost in some way, shape, or form. The story of Ahmaud Arbery in Georgia, that story has come up. All of these things are happening. And then the video of George Floyd comes out, and I don't know what made that video more painful for people to watch. The fact that that man was having his life taken in front of our eyes, the fact that we're watching someone being murdered by someone whose job is to protect and serve, or the fact that he seemed so calm doing it, Oftentimes we're always told that police feared for their life. It was like a threat, and you always feel like an asshole when you're like, you didn't fear for your life. Why did you fear for your life? How did you fear? But now more and more we're starting to see that it's like, no, it doesn't seem like there's a fear. It just seems like you can do it, so you did it. There was a black man on the ground in handcuffs, and you could take his life, so you did. And then the police were fired. Great. But I think what people take for granted is how much for so many people that feels like nothing, How many of us as human beings can take the life of another human being and then have firing be the worst thing that happens to us? But if you think of being a black person in America who is living in Minneapolis or Minnesota or any place where you're not having a good time, ask yourself this question when you watch those people. What vested interest do they have in maintaining the contract? Why don't we all loot? Why doesn't everybody take? Because we've agreed on things. There are so many people who are starving out there. There's so many people who don't have. There are people who are destitute. There are people who, when the virus hit and they don't have a second paycheck, already broke, which is insane, but that's the reality. But still, think about how many people who don't have, the have-nots, say, you know what, I'm still going to play by the rules even though I have nothing, because I still wish for this society to work and exist. And then some members of that society, namely black American people, watch time and time again how the contract that they have signed with society is not being honored by the society that has forced them to sign it with them. George Floyd died. That is part of the reason the story became so big, is because he died. But how many George Floyds are there that don't die? How many men are having knees put on their necks? How many Sandra Blands are out there being tossed around? It doesn't make the news because it's not grim enough. It doesn't even get us enough anymore. It's only the deaths, the gruesome deaths that stick out. But imagine to yourself, if you grew up in a community where every day someone had their knee on your neck, where every day somebody was out there oppressing you every single day. You tell me what that does to you as a society, as a community, as a group of people. And when you know that this is happening because of the color of your skin, not because the people are saying it's happening because of the color of your skin, but rather because it is only happening to you and you're the only people who have that skin color. The police show black people how valuable their lives are considered by the society. And so then those people who live in those communities know how to or not deal with those lives. Because best believe, if you kill a white person, especially in America, there is a whole lot more justice than is coming your way than if you killed some black body in a black neighborhood somewhere. Don't ask yourself if it's right or wrong to loot, or don't ask yourself, wow, what does looting help? No. Ask yourself that question. Ask yourself why it got you that much more watching these people loot, because they were destroying the contract that you thought they had signed with your society. And now think to yourself, imagine if you were them watching that contract being ripped up every single day. Ask yourself how you'd feel.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.